Dear students, today we will discuss who is an entrepreneur and what is entrepreneurship. So in this lecture, we will be discussing about the meaning, definition, concept of entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, and what are the features, characteristics of an good entrepreneur. So starting with the definition of an entrepreneur, we can say that an entrepreneur is a person who always take risk and take initiative to start a new business or organize and manage an enterprise or start a new startup. So an entrepreneur is that person who always take risk, who always do some creativity, involve in some innovation, and take risk and initiatives and start his own venture. So the word entrepreneur is derived from a French word entrepreneur, which means to undertake. So an entrepreneur is that person who undertake risk, and this term is given by the French economist J.B. Say. So an entrepreneur is a person who chooses to run either in a small business by assuming the risk and reward given for the business or venture. So rather than becoming an employee and serving another one, an entrepreneur or a person who choose to start his own venture and want to be his own boss is called as an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur or is a person who undertake risk of investing, creating a market, a good or a service for financial gain. So an entrepreneur is a person who is very very important and plays a vital role in the development of an economy, because that person is taking risk and creating lot of things for the economy, like it generate the employment, it create the sources, services, goods for the customers, consumers, and also it involve or gain some financial or the foreign reserves, also foreign exchange also for the country. So hope the definition of an entrepreneur is clear now. Now moving to the another meaning of entrepreneurship. So an entrepreneurship is a process in which an entrepreneur design, launch, and run a business. So here, what we do is an entrepreneurship is in a process of action of an entrepreneur who is a person in a search of something new and exploit such ideas into a great gainful opportunities by accepting the risk and uncertainty with the enterprise. So entrepreneurship is that process in which an entrepreneur design, launch, and run a new business for financial gain. So an entrepreneurship can be defined as the capacity and willingness to develop, organize, and manage a business venture along with any of its risk in order to maximize or make a profit. So this is entrepreneurship. Now moving to the traits or qualification qualities of a entrepreneur. So these are the few characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. the first main characteristic of an entrepreneur is he should or she should be always be a risk bearer, a risk taker. Means because entrepreneurship always involve risk. The risk of whether the whatever the business he choose, will it run or not? Will it give the return? So that is that the person should have a capacity of bearing the risk. Another is there should be an inner drive to succeed. There should be a motive behind running the business, and he should have a motivation, or he should have a drive for the success. Then he should be an independent person, and independent in the way that he can take his own decisions. He's not depend on anyone else for taking the decisions, or he is having that strong mind. In case of loss or in case of some adverse situation, he can make a better decision. So he should have a good decision making quality as well. Stress taker, definitely when a person is bearing risk, so risk always create stress. So he should be a person who can tolerate risk, who can tolerate or get the manage the stress as well. Then the ability to mobilize the resources. Then the person should have a proper knowledge of where to utilize the available resources. Means how much finance is required, what type of employees the person will be requiring for the organization. So mobilization of the resources, it could be the physical resource, the financial resource, or the human resource as well. Then the person should be an innovator. He should always in a search of something innovative, something creative related to his business. Then competitive by nature, means he should have that a zeal of competing with each other, competing with each other or competing with itself as well. Then there should be a self confidence. The person should have a confidence in him. He like whatever the work he is doing, he is doing in a correct manner. Yes, we can do it. Yes, I can do this. So openness to change means that the willingness to adopt the change is also one of the quality of a successful entrepreneur. Means the person should be open to accept any kind of changes. The changes could be like the change in the environment, change in the government policies, change in the technological environment, and so on. Then there should be a proper time management. Means time management, where, when, how much time is required. He should be able to complete the task in a given timeline, deadlines. Then he should be a good leader. All the leadership means he should able to motivate his resources. Then proper business planning, a good planner. Then he should able to controlling or you can say monitor or control the process everywhere. Perseverance should also be there. Then flexibility, as we know that openness to change, that he should be flexible enough to anytime if there is a requirement of slight changes in the planning or the all, so he can change. Then analytical ability of the mind, then the person should be analytical enough. He is able to identify the how much risk, the risk factor, this proper decision making. And the last one is creative. He should be creative enough, innovative enough, because creativity brings or develop an entrepreneur. So these are the few characteristics of an entrepreneur. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about what are the role, task, or the functions of an entrepreneur. Hope the till now the points are clear to everyone. Thank you.